before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get cash back, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. Today we're going to get into what's going on with this PPP forgiveness. Not necessarily as far as it's almost time for forgiveness, which it is. It's coming up. But it's letting you know how the government is progressing with the forgiveness program itself. But if you haven't gotten a loan from either the PPP or EIDL, you don't have to worry about that. Remember, you can still qualify for funds from your financial institution or any other banks by just getting your credit profile together. And you can start doing that by clicking the credit monitoring link in the description below and getting your 3 scores from all 3 credit agencies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Okay? So go ahead, click the credit monitoring link in the description and get your 3 scores from Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, along with your reports. So let's go ahead and get into this article. Government has forgiven nearly $400 billion in COVID relief PPP loans, federal watchdogs say. More than 1 million of those forgiven loans were to companies with just one employee at a cost of $12.8 billion, or an average of $11,497 per job. That's good. That's great. Because a lot of you got around $20,000 or less that signed up and got approved for the PPP loan. A lot of you have. But here's the problem. Look at those numbers. That's only $12.8 billion. The government has forgiven $400 billion. Where's the other $387 billion? Where's that at? Because not even all of us, remember, they only approved $400 billion, right? They only approved $1 million of self-employed 1099 people. Just $1 million. It says more than $1 million, but regardless, but if it's more than $1 million, and that only equates to $12.8 billion, let's just round it up to $13 billion, right? So if you only forgave $13 billion, where is the other $387 billion? Who got forgiven for that? That's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of non-Schedule C 1099 self-employed individuals. And if it's not a lot, that's a lot of money going to big companies that it wasn't supposed to be going to, and you forgave it. Let's go ahead and start reading. The federal government has forgiven $394.6 billion in more than 4 million loans to businesses through Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, according to new data published by a group of internal federal watchdogs. More than 1 million of those forgiven COVID relief loans were to companies with just one employee at a cost of $12.8 billion, on an average of about $11,497 per job, according to an analyst of the data by NBC News. Again, look at that discrepancy. 12.8 billion. 394.6 billion was forgiven. Let's just do the numbers. Okay. So let's just say just over 1 million, right? Let's just say all 4 million. Multiply that by 13 billion. You see how that works? That's still not $400 billion. So in other words, about 3 million other companies got a heck of a lot more. All right. But I'll continue. The data was released Wednesday by the Pandemic Response Accountability Committee, a group made up of 22 inspectors general from different federal agencies that monitors all COVID relief spending for the government. In total, according to the data, the Small Business Administration provided 11.7 million loans nationwide, totaling more than $798 billion. The most recent batch of loans was sent out on June 30th, and no more money is currently available under the program. Which they're still trying to do that because there are a lot of people that got left out, and I see how, because a lot of companies got a lot of money. And all of you who didn't get funded, you got left out. You got left holding the bag, and they're trying to brag about how they gave more than 1 million loans out to, Schedule C single member businesses. All right. They're trying to brag about that, but that's only 13 billion. All right. It's only 13 billion. Not saying that the other companies don't deserve it. I'm not saying that, but those large corporations don't deserve it. Yeah, they can get money anywhere. But smaller companies, small businesses, let's just say of about 20 employees or less, they deserve the money. A lot of those got left out. A lot of us got left out. The single members, we got left out. And you're trying to brag that you gave out $11,000? Ooh. Big money bags there. I mean, you do got big money bags, but you didn't give us big money bags. But at the same time, if you got the money, just know how to maneuver it. Like, get your credit profile together like I did. And be able to get approved for $63,000 auto loans. Better get approved for real estate deals. Like I did. All right. Buy property. We're not saying use that money to buy property, because you can't do that. But if you're paying yourself as an employee, once you pay yourself, you can do what you want with the money. You're an employee, remember? So to get the credit profile together, again, click the credit monitoring link in the description below and get your 3 scores from all 3 bureaus along with the reports. Okay. The top franchisees to get funds overall were General Motors franchises at 1.4 billion, according to the newly published data. Following that were McDonald's franchisees, which received 1.3 billion in funds, and Subway stores, which got 672.9 million. I would say something about that, but these are the franchisees. I got to look at how franchisees operate. I worked for a couple of franchisees before, so I know it can get hard, and you don't really have support from the franchisors. They don't really have a whole lot of help. They'll help you get it up and going, but they ain't about to fund you no money. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So I can't say, and most franchises are small, so keep it moving. The vast majority of companies told the federal government they used the money for payroll, $776 billion out of the $798 billion dispersed. As of June 30th, businesses said that PPP funding allowed them to retain 90.3 million jobs. Cool. I kept myself employed, so I can't knock that. It works, all right? On June 30th, when COVID cases and unemployment had declined and vaccines were abundant, the federal government sent out 33 million in PPP loans to 62 businesses that reported they had a total of 4,469 employees. Some of the biggest winners in this last round of PPP loans were 4 Planned Parenthood affiliates, which got a combined $4.13 million. Marco Rubio of Florida and Rand Paul of Kentucky objected to any further PPP funding going to Planned Parenthood during a hearing in late May. The Trump administration had tried to pull back funding from Planned Parenthood affiliates that were given $80 million in PPP loans last year. Okay, that's a way I'm not going to talk about how they ended that. That's their people. They write this. But that's an interesting way to end an article. But anyway, as a single member LLC, I can admit that me getting the PPP loans and the EIDL did help me. Okay, it kept me going. I was able to pay myself as an employee because that's who I am. I'm an employee of my business. And it kept me moving. So did the EIDL. And while I was doing that, I got my stuff together as far as my credit profile. And you can get started by clicking the credit monitoring link in the description below. Get all 3 scores from all 3 bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Right? You will know where you're at. You will see what's on your reports. And once you see what's on your reports, you see any derogatories, any negatives, like collections, charge-offs, late payments, you can dispute that. You can learn how to dispute it by clicking the Do-It-Yourself Credit Repair playlist on my channel. And I'll show you how to, utilize dispute letters and things like that. But it helped me though. Once I got my credit profile together, I was able to qualify for a $63,000 auto loan. I was able to get 5 properties for $5,500. You can figure out how to do that by clicking the Be Free link in the description below. Okay? I was able to do that. I was able to keep my business moving forward. I was able to even get other little real estate things going on. Just 2 things recently within the past month. So it did help. All right. And they do have an easier forgiveness program they're rolling out. They actually open up a portal. I'm going to do a video on that next. They open up a portal. So it's going to be much more simplified. So it did help. But they are forgiving loans. The forgiveness is coming up for the ones that did it this year. They're going to have a portal together and all of that. We're going to do a video about that soon, and you will see it. But I hope this, gave you some comfort in knowing that they are forgiving these loans. $400 billion got forgiven already. So, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to It's OAC. And until the next video, let's get this money.